Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisyah Amalia. So today I'm going to talk about part of speech, noun, and adjective. What is part of speech? Part of speech can be defined as a category of words that perform different roles in a sentence. In English grammar, part of speech are classification of words into several types based on their function and role in the structure of sentence. Is simple words. Every word you use has its own job in a sentence. Some words name things, some words describe. That's what part of speech are all about. The 8 part of speech. Most people know there are 8 main part of speech. They are verb, noun, adjective, pronoun, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. But sometimes article and determine are also discussed as additional categories. Now let's talk about each of them one by one. First, verb. A verb is a word that express an action or a state of being. It describes what the subject of a sentence does, whether it's something you can see or something you can. For example of verbs are do, cook, type, eat, and cry. For example in sentence, when you say I eat breakfast or she cry softly, the words eat and cries are a verb. They show what subject are doing. The second is noun. A noun is a word that name, person, place, thing, idea, or an action. Noun is singular, which means one thing, or plurals, which mean more than one. They can function the subject, the object, or the complement of a sentence. Noun can also come after preposition. For example, cat, table, or smartphone. In the sentence, the cat sleep on the table. Both cat and table are nouns. The first is subject and the second follow a preposition. Next, adjective. An adjective is a describing word. It gives more information about noun or pronoun and makes the meaning more specific. Usually, adjectives come before the noun they describe. For example, include beautiful, short, red, long, and tall. For example, in sentence, she wore a red dress. The word red is adjective because it describes dress. The next is pronoun. A pronoun is a word used to replace a noun to avoid repetition. It helps make a sentence smoother and less repetitive. For example, nouns are he, she, it, they, and them. So instead of saying Anna is kind, Anna helps people, we can say Anna is kind, she helps people. That's how pronouns make your sentence sound more natural. And the next is adverb. An adverb gives an extra information about a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb, but not about a noun. It tells us how, when, where, or to what extent something happens. For example, gently, loudly, quickly, or surely. For example, in sentence, he ran quickly. The word quickly tells us how he runs. And the next is preposition. A preposition is a word to show relationship between a noun or a pronouns and another word in a sentence. It often shows times, place, direction, and helps connect words into meaningful phrases. For example, include about, until, with, and by. For example, the book is on the table. The word on shows the relationship between the book and the table. So on is the preposition. And next is conjunction. A conjunction is a connect word. It links phrases, clauses, or even sentence together. For example, are, and, but, while, and since. For example, I like tea and coffee. Here the word connect two nouns. And the next, interjection. An interjection is short word expression used to show emotion or reaction. It often stands alone and ends with exclamation mark. For example, whoa, oh, oops. Like when you drop something, you say oops. That's interjection. And now determines an article. Determines an article comes before nouns to clarify or identify them. They help specify which one, how many, or what kind of noun we are talking about. Article include a, and the. Determine include this, that, this, those, enough, much, few, what, and which. Alright, that's all our first part, the overview of part of speech. Now let's move to the second part, is nouns. What is nouns? A noun is a word that name, person, place, thing, or idea, or an action. Let's look some for example. The dog ran very fast. June is my favorite month. The teacher emphasized the importance of grammar. Most sentences have at least one noun, usually as the subject or the object of verb. For example, the boy pets the cat. Here the subject is boy and the object is cat. And now type of noun. First we have common nouns, which are general names like cat, city, or teacher. And next is proper nouns, which are specific names and always capitalized, like Felix or Jakarta. Then countable nouns, which can be counted, for example, apple to apples. We also have countable nouns, which cannot be counted, such as sugar or water. And finally, compound nouns, which are made up of two or more words. For example, closed compound, toothbrush; hyphenated compound, mother-in-law; open compound, ice cream. Now let's talk about case. Case show the function of a noun in sentence. What the noun does do the action is called the subjective case. For example, the car goes. When it receives the action, is the object case. For example, the boy pets the cat. If receives something directly, it's called an indirect object. For example, the teacher hands the student a marker. When it follows preposition, it becomes the object of the preposition. For example, the girls throw the ball to the dog. And when it shows ownership, it's the possessive case. For example, the boy's book or the girl's room. Now let's talk about plurals. How to show more than one nouns. For regular plurals, we usually add s like cats, add s like boxes, change y to is like baby to babies. For O word, potato to potatoes and photo to photos. And for F word, like left to leaves. For irregular verb, the spelling change completely. For example, food to feed, mouse to miss, and child to children. And now let's move to adjective. What is adjective? Adjective is a word used to describe or give more information about a noun or pronoun. Type of adjective. First, we have absolute adjective. This adjective cannot be compared because they already show a total or complete condition. For example, the girl is dead, Jack is alive, Henry is starving. And next we have attributive and predicative adjective. An attributive adjective comes before a noun. For example, she wore a red dress. Meanwhile, a predicative adjective comes after a linking verb like is, be, seem, or look. For example, the sky is blue. And then we have appositive adjective. This adjective comes after noun and are usually separated by commas. For example, the puppy, playful and energetic, run around the yard. And next is comparative and superlative adjective. They used to compare two or more things. A comparative adjective compares two things. Usually it ends in er or used more. For example, taller, most beautiful. A superlative adjective shows the highest degree of comparison. Usually it ends in as or most. For example, tallest, most beautiful. We also have compound adjective, which are made of two more words acting as one adjective. For example, a well-known author or high-quality product. And then demonstrative adjective, words like this, that, this, and those. For example, this book is interesting. I like those shoes. Next, the nominal adjective, adjective that come from nouns. For example, mathematical from mathematics, the cultural from culture, and then participle adjective. Adjective from participle either in or at. For example, the movie is boring. I feel tired after the workout. And you can also make adjective phrases or adjective clauses to describe things more specifically. An adjective phrase is a group of words that act as an adjective. For example, she is full of energy. An adjective clauses give it more information about noun, usually starting with who, whom, which, that, or where. For example, the girl who won the competition is my sister. Today, I'm gonna explain vocabulary building part 2. First task, identify 10 examples of compound nouns and 5 examples of compound adjective from the original text. First, I have flight attendant is noun plus noun. Flight, an act of flying. Attendant, a helper of servant. Flight attendant, a person who helps passenger on a plane. The meaning shift from a flying egg plus a helper to a specific job on airplane. Two. And the second I have noun plus noun is armchair. Arm is part of body, chair a seat, armchair a chair with arm support. The word together describe a type of furniture, not a part of the body. And the next I have football, noun plus noun. Foot, part of the body. Ball, round object. Football, a sport played with a ball and feet. Not a ball for a foot, but the name of a sport. And the next, I have body lotion, a noun plus noun. The body, the entire structure of an organism. Lotion, any of various cosmetic preparation that are applied to the skin. And body lotion, lotion applied to the body after bathing. The combination indicate purpose or use such as body lotion. And next, I have lifeguard, a noun plus verb. Life is a characteristic, state, or mode of living. Guard, a person who keeps watch over something or someone. Lifeguard, an attendant employed at a beach or pool to protect swimmers from incidents. The meaning shift to a job title, not literal, guard of life. And next I have travel again, verb plus noun. Travel, the act of going from one place to another. Again, a representative who act on behalf of other person or organization. Travel again, someone who sells arrange trips or tour for customer. Together it refers to a profession, not just traveling. And next I have self-confidence, noun plus noun. Self is the individual as the object of his own reflective. Confident, belief or trust. Self-confident, belief in yourself. The meaning combines into a personal quality, not just a self that has confidence. And next I have sunglasses, noun plus noun. Sun is the star that is the source of light and heat for the planet in the solar system. And glasses, optical instrument consisting of a frame that hold a pair lens for correctly defective vision. Sunglasses, spectacles that are darkened of polaris to protect the eye from the glare of the sun. Together the word mean a certain object, not glasses for the sun. And then I have homework, noun plus noun. Home is where you live at the particular time. Work, activity direct toward making or doing something. Homework is preparatory school work done outside school, especially at home. It's not just housework but assignment given by teacher. And next I have nowhere, adverb plus adverb. No is not, and where at or in what place. Nowhere, not anywhere, in or to no place. The meaning become an adverb meaning in no place, not just two separate words. And next, compound adjective. I have long-lasting adjective plus present participle ing. Long is of great length or duration. Lasting, existing or continuing a long while. Long-lasting, existing for a long time. It expresses not just something long that lasts, but quality of duration. And next I have sugar-free. Noun plus adjective. Sugar, a white crystalline carbohydrate used to a sweetener and preservative. Free, unconstrained or not chemical, bound in molecule or not fixed and capable relatively elastic motion. Sugar-free is without sugar. At this point, the meaning has become a description of content, not just free sugar. Next, I have well-dressed, adverb plus past participle. At. Well is in a good or proper or satisfactory manners or to a high standard. Dress is dressed or clothing, especially in fine attire. Well-dressed, having a tasteful clothing and being closely knit. Together, it describes appearance, not just dressed in a good way. And next, I have low-fat, adjective plus noun. Low is less normal in degree or intensity or amount. Fat, excess bodily weight. Sugar-free is containing little fat. It denotes the level of fat, not fat that is low. And next, I have high speed, adjective plus noun. High is greater than normal in degree or intensity or amount. Speed is distance traveled per unit times. High speed, operating at high speed. It describes a feature something, not just high speed. And next, study case 2. And first, I have every cloud has a silver lining.
But you know, what the hell? Every cloud is a silver lining.
In the literal meaning, the process describes how sunlight creates shiny silver edge on all dark clouds that appear in the sky. Cloud, a visible mass of water or ice particles suspended considerable altitude. Silver lining, the bright edge of the cloud that glow when sunlight shines from behind. Figurative meaning: every cloud has silver lining. Every negative circumstance contains at least one beneficial element. The process shows us discover positive aspect, even challenging and unhappy time. It is very common to use every cloud has a silver lining when you want to motivate or guide someone. The idiom becomes perfect in scenarios where one person is feeling blue and needs some positive conversation or praising. The idiom every cloud has a silver lining make the communication more expressive because through its poetic image, it conveys hope and positivism in the face of adversity. And next, I have a bad egg.
We're bad eggs!
In literal meaning, a bad egg means an egg that has gone rotten or spoiled. Bad, having undesirable or negative qualities. Egg, animal reproductive body consisting of an ovum and embryo, together with nutritive and protective envelopes. A figurative meaning, a bad egg means a person who behaves badly, cannot be trusted, or cause trouble. It's often used to describe someone with a bad attitude or bad morals. It's used to describe someone who has negative or undesirable qualities, often causing problems or difficulties for others. Idiom bad egg express communication in a more expressive way because the meaning of a dishonest or untrustworthy person is brought out through a simple image. More so, instead of saying bad person, it shows a clear, vivid picture of a rotten egg, making the meaning clear and more appealing. And the next I have, it slipped my mind.
I just wanted to tell you something earlier, but it slipped my mind.
In the literal meaning, it slipped my mind that a thought or fell out of mind, like something accidentally sliding away and disappear. Figurative meaning, it slipped away in my mind. You apply this process to describe action when you unintentionally forget tasks or information they didn't mean to, but thought escaped their memory. It often used in casual conversation to explain why someone didn't remember or do something or didn't recall specific information at a given moment. The idiom "it slipped my mind" makes communication more expressed because it changed the simple idea forgetting a visual image as if thought did really slip. It sounds more natural, polite, and saying "I forgot." And the next I have in the literal meaning, the words in the expression need examination, fine, describe something as good or acceptable or be okay by me is indicate the statement comes from my personal viewpoint. In figurative meaning, fine by me, the expressive fine by function as relaxed way to indicate arrangement with a personal expression indicate both agreement and lack opposition to a suggestion. You employ this expression to indicate your acceptance at their proposal since you have no objection. Use fine by me for casual acceptance or to show you have no objection. Pay attention to delivery and context to convey whether you mean polite as in neutrality or reluctant agreement. The idiom fine by me makes communication more expressive because it conveys agreement or acceptance in relaxed and friendly manners. And next, I
No, I mean, figured I should watch it with someone who can make head or tail of it.
have can make head or tail. In literal meaning, the expression means you are able to determine which section represent the head or tail. The expression indicates you are completely lost about which way to go to, which side to choose. Head is the front of top part and tail the back part. In figurative meaning, can make head or tail something describe a situation where you completely fail to understand what is happening. This expression is used when someone is struggling to comprehend or interpret a confusing or unclear situation, piece of information, or problem. The idiom make head or tail of something makes expression more expressive because through a vivid image it expresses confusing other than saying simply I don't understand. The expression compares to understanding the ability to figure out which part is the head and which part is tail. Next, study case 3. First, I have thick and thin. Adjective plus adjective. Conjunction is and. Semantic relationship is contrast, opposite showing all situation. And the sentence, she was with him through thick and thin. The meaning, in the context, she remained loyal in the both good and bad times. The process means staying faithful no matter what happens. And next, I have the water dries up and the moon stops shining. Clouds plus clouds. The conjunction is and. Semantic relationship, complement. In the sentence, I will love you even if the water dries up and the moon stops shining. Meaning in the context, the speaker will love eternally even if impossible things happen. And next, I have take my breath and never let it go. It's verb plus verb, conjunction is and, semantic relationship is complement. In the sentence, every time you smile, you take my breath and never let it go. Meaning in the context, the beauty or presence of the person leaves the speaker out of breath, demonstrating extreme admiration of love. Next, I have skin and bones. Noun plus noun, the conjunction is and, semantic relationship is complement. In the sentence, he had been sick for weeks and was nothing but skin and bones. Meaning in the context, he became a very thin. The expression described to someone who has lost too much weight. Next, I have black and white. Adjective plus adjective. The conjunction is and, semantic relationship is contrast to opposing ideas or colors. In the sentence, it is not always just black and white, it is also complicated. Meaning in the context, not everything has clearly right or wrong. It is process referring to clear opposites, two simple categories. And next, study case 4. First, I have teeth and stars. Element compared, teeth and stars. The conjunction used is like. Effect or image created. This image evocates a vivid image of shining white teeth like stars in the night sky. It draws on clean lines of attractiveness in a light, usually humorous manner. How it helps reader connect. It serves to create in the reader mind a bright, shining smile and a feeling of admiration or amusement because such as comparison of teeth with star is vivid and playful. And next, the element compared is drawn heart shape and real human heart. Conjunction used is like. Image create. This is a simile that creates a comparison between the symbol of love and the heart as an organ. Image of a void or something artificial, which means the word love or its symbol can feel shallow compared to real living emotion. How it helps reader connect. It enables reader to feel the difference emotionally between real and superficial love, to reflect deeply on the feeling that lies behind the word itself. And next, I have sweet like honey. Element compared, the sweetness of karma and honey. Conjunction use is like. Effect or image create this meal and it creates a sensory image, honey, sweetness, richness, and pleasure. It gives the idea that karma feels rewarding and satisfying rather than bitter and punitive. How it helps reader connect. The imagery allows reader to taste and feel the sweetness, making a connection to the emotion of joy that confidence being relayed throughout the songs. Next, I have August slip away like a bottle of wine. Element compared, the month August or summer, romance, and bottle of wine. Conjunction use is like. Effect or image create. The image that comes to mind is one or ephemerality and beauty. How it helps reader connect. Reader can almost feel the pang of lost love and fading summer days, just like the last drops of wine from a favorite evening. And next, I have forgetting him was like trying to know somebody you never met. Element compare, forgetting him and getting to know someone you ever met. Conjunction use is like. Effect or image created. This email gives the feeling of impossibility and confusion. It paints forgetting as an act that doesn't make sense. You can forget someone if you still remember them so vividly, just as you can truly know someone you have never met. How it helps reader connect. It helps reader emotionally relate to heartbreak and the struggle moving on with a universal, deeply human experience expressed through striking visual comparison. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching.